Right, hello, everyone. I would like to thank you for coming to the Murray City Council meeting tonight. It is 6:30, so we're going to call to order. I ask that cell phones please be put on silent. And I have asked Murray Planner Zachary Smallwood to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Assuming he's still here. Where's that? He was here.
Oh, there he is.
There's Zach.
Okay, looks like we're all ready. So anyway, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. I would like to recognize the members of the City Council who are here today and recognize that Councilmember Rosalba Dominguez is excused. We also have our Executive Director, Jennifer Kennedy. We have our City Attorney, G.L. Critchfield. We have the Mayor, Brett Hales, and our Recorder, Brooke Smith. So we're going to start today with an approval of minutes. We have the minutes from the council meeting on September 19th, 2023, and the council minutes on October 3rd. Do we have any changes or adjustments from the council?
I didn't see anything.
Okay. So then I will take a motion to approve the minutes.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes of council meeting September 19th, 2023, and council meeting October 3rd, 2023.
I'll second.
Great. I have a first and a second. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Ms. Cotter,
Aye.
Ms. Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Rackesee,
Aye.
Mr. Rogers.
Aye. Thank you very much. So our our next item is a special recognition for the Murray City Employee of the Month, Crystal Hall, our utility billing customer service clerk. And this will be me and the mayor presenting. So I'd like to invite Crystal to come up to the stand right here with me and the mayor.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so I've got a little bit I'm going to read here, and then I'll turn it over to the mayor if he has anything to add. And then Crystal, if you'd like to say anything, you're more than welcome to. So Crystal has worked for Murray City in the finance department as a utility billing clerk for 11 years. She is our front and center customer service clerk that greets and assists our walk-in customers and handles many inquiry and signups over the phone every day, along with taking payments. Crystal has assisted in the training of new clerks over the years and has the gift of patience with coworkers as well as customers. Customers love her nurturing and calm demeanor. On several occasions, they will talk with her for several minutes, and in some cases, it may lead to almost an hour. Crystal doesn't hesitate to get short-tempered or impatient. She does her job in a kind and professional manner, and that's why we'd like to nominate you for Employee of the Month.
Thanks, Councilmember Rogers. Crystal, you are probably one of the nicest individuals at this city. I always say that. Whenever I see you, you're just a kind person. So we are excited to be able to present this to you. And we'll have Brenda come up after this, but we'll present to you a certificate. Now, they keep saying to me, Brett, quit saying that we're going to have on a plaque. I guess we don't do that anymore. So it's a plaque somewhere, whatever. But anyway, so this is your certificate. More important than anything, a $50 gift card for you. And we just really want to tell you how much we as a council and administration appreciate you as really dedicated employees. So thank you so much. Now we're going to have Brenda come up and say some more stuff. Thank you, Brenda.
So the reason I nominated Crystal for this is because I listened to her on the phone one day for over an hour explaining, I think it might have been budget bill to someone and how it gets reevaluated and all that stuff. And she must have explained it 5, 6 different ways. And she never got upset. She never got impatient. She just wanted to make sure this customer understood what was going on. And I hear this over and over. I hear it from all of our customer service reps. But that particular day, I happened to listen to Crystal. And she does this. She greets everyone as they walk in the door and is willing to help everyone. And I thought it was a good thing to give Crystal her due as one of our great customer service utility billing people.
Thank you. It's an honor to work for Murray City. It really is. It's a great place to work. Everybody is wonderful here. It's like family.
Do you want to introduce your family?
I have my husband, Zach, and my boys, Xavier and Jackson. And all my wonderful crew in the office that joined me today. Thank you.
Congratulations, Crystal. So our second joint resolution on the agenda tonight will actually not be happening. It has been moved to our next meeting. So we will be moving on to the citizen comment portion. I'd like to remind everyone to limit your comments to 3 minutes, step up to the microphone, state your name and city of residence, and fill out the required form that Patty has. I'd also like to mention that we have a public hearing later in the meeting where we will have several items that there will be an opportunity to discuss at that time, and that this comment period is for items other than the items in the public hearing. Okay, seeing no comments, I will close the citizen comment portion and we will move on to the consent agenda. We have one item on the consent agenda tonight, and it's to consider confirmation of the mayor's appointment of Samuel Ingram to the MCCD Design Review Committee for a partial term to expire January 1st, 2024. And I will turn it over to the mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Rogers. Sam, are you here? There, right there. I didn't see you. Come on up. You know, it's been a wonderful opportunity to be able to go through these appointments. Another one, really, you saw the resume, so you know. Very, very, very well educated, very qualified for this position. So he readily accepted. Pam, is this another neighbor? My goodness, we have about 25 Pam neighbors on here. And they've all worked out awesome. So, and we appreciate our volunteers. They put in their time and effort, and there's a lot of hours spent that a lot of us have probably no idea. So anyway, so we'll present Samuel Ingram to the council, if you're willing to appoint, to the MCCD Design Review Committee for a partial term to expire January 1st, 2024.
Thank you very much, Mayor. As this is part of the consent agenda, do we have any objection to passing the consent agenda?
Nope.
Would you like a motion?
Can I do this one?
Of course.
Go ahead, Pam.
I move to approve the confirmation of the mayor's appointment of Sam Ingram to the MCCD Design Review Committee for a partial term to expire January 1st, 2024.
I'll second.
Okay, with the motion in a second, Brooke, will you call the roll?
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Hackasey?
Aye.
Mr. Rogers?
Aye.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Samuel. Okay, we will be moving on to the public hearing portion of our meeting today. And there are 2 items in the public hearing, and it will go as follows. We'll have a staff presentation, and then we have a sponsor presentation. If we have sponsors who wish to speak to the items, they're able to speak. And then I will open up to public comments. And after public comments, I will turn it back to the council for questions and actions. And Jennifer Kennedy will be presenting.
Do you want to introduce the item?
Yes, thank you. So the first item on the public hearing tonight is to consider a resolution approving the appropriation of money for corporate purposes based on findings pursuant to Section 10-8-2 of the Utah Code.
Thank you. I'm just going to present from here if it's okay, because I have a lot of parts in this, this item. So as you know, over the past couple of weeks, we've been or the past month or so, you guys have been talking about donating money to nonprofits. This is our public hearing. We're finally to that point. During the last meeting, when you discussed the applications, there were you requested information from some additional organizations. I've reached out to all those organizations, and the ones that responded, that information was in your packet. We've told all the organizations they can have one representative do a 5-minute presentation for you, so I thought we could just call them up one by one, have them do their presentations, and then just take the public hearing from there, unless you guys have any questions.
While they're up here, can we ask them questions, or should we wait until everyone is back on? Oh, sorry. So while they're up here doing their presentation, can we do questions then, or should we wait until everyone is all done with their presentation?
So I would wait till they are done with their 5-minute presentation,
Okay.
and then we can ask any questions of them while they're still up here.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, so the first one I have on my list is the Murray Symphony. Is there a representative here tonight from the Murray Symphony? And what about the Ballet Center, Murray Ballet Center? Could you just walk up there and state your name, please? The microphone's not on.
Oh, okay. I'm Susan Wright. I'm the owner of the Ballet Center. Michelle is our artistic director, and she was going to come, but unfortunately, she's teaching ballet. So, the Ballet Center is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the arts and education of classical ballet. We've been in Murray since 1986. And we were co-founded by William Christensen, the founder of Ballet West. And we want to keep our ballet school in the form that he wanted. He always wanted it to be the top notch and further the education of the youth. Aside from high standard of ballet instruction, Mr. C insisted on having live music. So we have pianists to accompany our dancers, which gives them also a love for the art of the music also. And we offer scholarships to people who can't afford to take ballet lessons. We try to keep our tuitions low, but we're just funded through tuitions, donations, and ticket sales. We do 4 performances a year, and we had about 1,500 people that we performed for last year. I think after COVID, it kind of really died down, but we're getting our audience back now and our students back. This would help us greatly. We were asking for $3,000. It helps us with piano salaries, repairs on the building, costuming. As we all know, there's not any money in the arts. If we break even, we had a great year. So that's what we do. So we would really appreciate some help from Murray City. We've been very good partners with them over the years. We do free workshops for students that come in, and we do that just before our show in the summer, and we have people from all over. They can come in, and our students and our teachers put on a free workshop. They're very educational. Besides Mr. C, we have brought teachers from Russia. Oleg Vinograd, he's kind of the top of the food chain for ballet. We've brought him over. He's in his late 80s. And other teachers to come in and teach these students from all over the country. All over the state, so that we can have the finest teaching available for these students. So that's all I have to say tonight. Thanks for listening to me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one we have on our list is Murray Concert Band, who's asking for $2,500.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to speak for the Murray Concert Band's grant request tonight. My name is Pat Brimmer. The band was formed in 1986 as the Murray Westminster Band, and we practiced at Westminster College. In 1989, we moved to Murray High School and became the Murray Symphonic Band. Then in 1993, we changed the name to Murray Concert Band to avoid any confusion with the Murray Symphony. The band continues to grow, and we currently have about 60 to 65 members that perform at any given concert. Not only has the band been a good place to nurture musical talents of these members, but many friendships and even romantic relationships have grown also. In the trumpet section alone, 3 different couples have met and married in the past. I have been a member of the Murray Concert Band since 1988. Over the years, we have provided music not only for the Murray City area, but also outside the Murray City area. In 1991, we were invited to perform at the Sky Concert at Rice-Eccles Stadium on July 4th. Alan Thicke was the MC for the evening. You may remember him as the starring on Growing Pains on TV.
Yeah.
That same year, we were also invited to perform at the D Event Center for the return of our troops from Operation Desert Storm. We were honored to share the stage with several dignitaries and Marie Osmond. We have been invited to perform at the annual U.S. Marines birthday parties on several occasions. Additionally, the band has performed at the Sarah Amphitheater in Orem, Wheeler Farm, Solitude Ski Resort, the Dickens Festival, Sugar House Sugar Days Festival, and the Utah Nurses Association Convention at Snowbird. The band was also invited to play at the activation ceremony of a U.S. Army Reserve unit. And the band has been invited several times to perform in the Assembly Hall Performance Series at Temple Square. Currently, the band performs 3 indoor concerts at Hillcrest Junior High and a summer concert at Murray Park Amphitheater. The 3 indoor concerts are free to the public, but we have to charge for tickets for the summer concerts, and it is a part of the Murray Arts and Park program. We continue to perform at the Utah State Fair every year and also do 2 concerts on Memorial Day. Twice, the band has been invited to perform a special concert on Patriots' Day at the State Fair. Additionally, we perform every year for the 4th of July Sunrise program at the Murray Park Amphitheater. To appeal to a wide variety of audiences, the band plays a wide variety of music to include marches, patriotic music, big band music, classical music, and some unusual or funny music. With the continuing support of the City of Murray and the Zoo Arts and Parks program, the Murray Concert Band has continued to fulfill, in part, our mission of promoting and advancing the interests of band music and educating the public to the cultural traditions and social contributions of band music through our concerts. This support has also allowed the band to purchase percussion instruments that are very expensive. The set of chimes that we purchased a few years ago cost around $3,500. Currently, we are playing on timpanis that are over 50 years old and were first given to the Murray Symphony, who then gave them to the band after they purchased new timpanis. Our principal percussionist, Bill Marsh, takes very good care of them, but at some point it would be nice to replace them. As with so many things, inflation has made it more difficult for the band expense-wise. Just this past summer, we had to pay out over $700 for a rental truck to get all of our equipment, percussion equipment, and music stands to the amphitheater for our summer concert. Similarly, we paid out $252 for a rental truck to get our equipment to the State Fair in September. Just a few years ago, our expenses for the summer concert were under $300. Also, after this grant request was submitted in January, we updated our percussion equipment list for insurance purposes, and our insurance premium nearly doubled to over $2,000. We have ongoing expenses for personnel, supplies, and our storage shed where we keep equipment that will not fit in the instrument room in Hillcrest Junior High. The band has a concert scheduled for November 11th at Hillcrest Junior High. The program was designed to honor our veterans. Our announcer for the evening is a retired warrant officer who will be in military uniform. The Utah National Guard will provide a color guard. Arrangements are being made to have a military vehicle display in the parking lot and a military uniform and equipment display inside the building. I would like to invite each of you to join us on November 11th for this very special concert to honor our veterans. In conclusion, the band has always been proud to represent the City of Murray whenever they perform, and on behalf of the band, I would like to thank you for considering our grant application.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next we will have the Murray Greenhouse Foundation, who's asking for $25,000. After the Murray Greenhouse Foundation, the Boys and Girls Club will be up.
Hi, I'm Sheila Wall. This is Ruth Iyer. Yeah, you know her. So she is going to be, she's going to show some pictures as we speak, so that we can multitask here. Anyway, the Murray Greenhouse Foundation is a center for day program for disabled adults ranging from the age of 22 up to 70 right now. Right now, we can take 19 students plus 4 staff is what our license says, and we're hoping that with an addition, we have a waiting list right now for students. We call them students, these young adults. I'm going to have Ruth show you. This is kind of the kids last Christmas, kind of a up-to-date list of, or a picture of the kids that attend the Murray Greenhouse. So we are a respite for families. I get emotional, sorry. We were founded in 2003 with Ted and Ruth Iyer. We opened in 2008 with probably 6 or 7 students. We now are maxed out with a waiting list. And during the day, they learn life skills. You can't hire good help anymore. Anyway, we teach them life skills. We do basic math. We do spelling, money counting, anything that can help them in their daily lives and help them to be a little bit more independent, I guess is the word. And they know what day, every day of the week, we have a different subject and a different theme for the day where we teach them history or science or anything else. So, yes. So we have our greenhouse in the back, which Murray City has been wonderful and bought you all of your annuals from us the last 7 years. Now we've had to downsize due to volunteers that I don't have. So we are, but Polly and I, we've got some things we're still going to do for you next year. So we're really excited about that. But this is Shelley, Ruth's daughter, and she was out. And so the students have to be responsible to help us take care of the Murray Greenhouse. They have chores every day. Shelley is our pine cone and pine needle picker-upper. Yeah, every day instead of doing sidewalk chalk or something, she is hauling stuff to the dumpster. So she's great. Yes.
They like to work in the greenhouse.
And they love the greenhouse. Sometimes with the stuff that's the only income we have other than donations and grants. So it helps us to earn more money to keep the cost down for parents. We target families that do not have funding through the state. Most of our students are non-funded, so we try to keep that cost down so that it's affordable. I think we are the lowest priced program right now in the state for what we offer, and we kind of pride ourselves on that.
They give them water to drink.
Yeah, yes, yes. They're hydrated, yes. And now, since COVID, they have to bring their own water bottles, but we fill them up for them. Anyway, we are just we've run out of room, we've run out of ability to help families that need this kind of a day program. My son's, in a wheelchair with cerebral palsy, very limited communication. But this is a place where he can go and he can feel accepted. He can be with people that understand, don't need to speak to know what's in each other's hearts or what each other wants. He's, I don't know what I would do without this. And of course, it's turned into my full-time non-paying job. And I started it for my son, and now I've got 40 kids that I'm responsible for. And hopefully thank you for the permit, by the way. We got our permit, and the foundation is poured for the sunroom. So we're kind of on our way, and the kids are so excited. So appreciate your time.
Could I just say something about her son?
Uh-oh.
No, Riley is amazing. He really is. He can't talk.
He does some
He
sign
do-
language.
He does sign language. And my younger son and his wife just had a baby and came early, but but Shelley brought a picture of the baby when it was in the womb, and before he was born. And she showed it to Riley, and Riley made the sign of boy. And so when when my little grandson came, it was a boy. And I told him, I said, you need to name the boy Riley.
That is not his first prediction. He tells people they're pregnant when they don't even know it, so.
He's very good at that, yeah.
It's a good thing he doesn't have very many words, or it'd be scary what he'd tell everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, could I ask you guys to remain at the stand for a second? And I'm going to actually turn it to see if the council has any questions.
Oh.
For the presenters.
So this is the first time that you have requested funds from the city?
Yes, Salt Lake County has helped us once we got the greenhouse and a couple of other things, but Murray City, back when Mayor Snar was the mayor when we first started this, and he came in on his own time, him and his son came and demolished the old garage that was there to help this get going. Serves not only disabled adults, young adults is what we call them in the community, but outlying communities, so it brings them into Murray, and they can, whether students are with us, they're out shopping in Murray, so it brings a lot of people in there, into the city. And yeah, this is our first time.
Hey, can I ask something real quick? I want to tell you, I'm not good with garages, but my wife is better than Dan Snar with garages, so we'll send her over.
Send her over.
We'll-
Send her over.
We'll send, she just retired, so
Tell her to come on over.
she'll love to
with
come
us.
over, so.
I'm curious as to why. Why is this the first time that you've requested funds from Murray City?
Because I'm a little bit shy in asking and begging for, or asking for help. It's just something we'd like to be able to do what we can. And so far, everything we have is paid for. The Murray Rotary Club has helped us year after year after year, not only with manpower, they come in and weed for us, small donations here and there, but this is the first time that we are finding where we have to do something to be able to offer this program to more people than what we have, because it hurts me every time I get a call and I say, I'm sorry.
So your needs have expanded then? in that-
Exactly. Far more than what we're going to get with this little sunroom. We couldn't afford a full addition. We had a bid before COVID, and now it's tripled. We thought we had enough funds, and so we've had to kind of downsize.
You've seen that building down the street that's
Yeah.
for autistic.
Yeah,
Both
we
all-
don't have that kind of backup, this is all just the kindness of people's hearts, and we get a little profit from Murray City through buying your flowers from us, so that's helped.
Thank you.
I
Thank
have a
you.
couple of questions.
Okay.
I know some of these kids.
Do you?
Yeah,
So you know,
yeah.
yeah.
So these adults have to come in and they have to give a tuition of $33
Yes.
a month, correct?
A day,
A day,
which includes their lunch
right.
and everything. And the only thing that pays for is the salary for the teachers, and maybe the electrical bill or here or there, everything else,
So it's $33 a day,
yes.
and if they come every day,
Well, some of them do. Some come 2 days a week, some come all 5. It's just
Does
depending on what the
Shelley
family.
come-
Only goes 5 days a week.
Shelley comes 5 days a
My
week.
son comes 5 days a week,
And that's $33 every single day.
and yeah. And
And what's really remarkable to me is when you said you have to expand.
Yeah.
Because that shows to me, you should see up here in front of me, I have so many papers.
I bet.
And to me, when you said that you had to expand and that you're outgrowing, that says a lot to me.
Yeah, we'd like the building down the street. That would
Well,
be.
of course. But that says a lot that the people are coming here out of Murray to buy your products.
Yeah,
And to me, they're coming in, they're buying the products, the money goes back into the greenhouse, it goes back to the kids, and then the
Right.
kids are learning, correct?
yes.
How to take care of plants,
Or
watering
how to kill them sometimes, so.
Yes, but it's a learning process for them.
It is.
And it's a place for them to call their own.
And they do. In fact, parents will come in, they'll kick them, this isn't your place. They'll say, this is ours. I'm allowed there, but some of the other parents will come in and they'll say, you need to leave. You know, Sheila's the boss, she can be here, but they like that. And like if one of the students is sick, we just had a student test positive last Monday. So it's, they're all kind of high risk, should I say.
Yeah.
So just what it's cost us to try to keep them safe, have barriers. They don't understand the personal bubble as well as other people do. But we spend a lot of money on hand sanitizer, let me tell you, so.
And if you haven't been to the greenhouse, you really need to go, and you need to
Come.
be there when the kids are there.
Yeah, and I'm saying these bands, that ballet, they should come perform for these kids. It would make their day.
Right.
Yeah.
And they have lessons. I always ask Shelley when I pick her up, what did you learn today? And she would tell me.
Yeah.
That, she had a lesson and what exactly they got to do. And a lot of times they'll be able to go out and do some laps and play basketball and then
Yeah.
when they're inside, they're learning, they're being taught, they're being taken care of.
It's not a babysitting
No.
facility. That is not our
No.
goal. This is, and they have lunch and then they have to do some physical activity.
Yep.
They do Richard Simmons, jazzercise, really well when it's cold. And then in the winter, when the greenhouse is empty and it's too cold to go outside,
Yeah.
we do laps around the greenhouse. So we try to, teach them a little bit of everything. Sometimes you can do the same lesson several times in a week and it's the retention, but it teaches them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get great socialization.
Yeah.
And that's important, that they have real good friends.
And let me tell you, if you come to buy flowers from us, you're going to have one of them following you up and down the aisles, and they'll take it out to your car for you, too. So. Anything else that I could?
No question, just a comment. I've been to the greenhouse, very impressed. They have great flowers, and so I highly recommend the residents to go check it out and see, because it is a great opportunity to give back and make your front porch and your yard look beautiful. So, and they'll even let you bring your pots and they'll plant them for you, and then you can bring them home.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing that this next year.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we'll have Amanda Hughes from the Boys and Girls Club, who is asking for $100,000. They will be followed by Lindsay Smith with Miss Murray.
I did prepare a PowerPoint. Is it possible to slip that in? I know. Thank you, Jennifer. Tech support. It doesn't stay, just kind of pop it in on it.
Click on it again. Oh, it's a PDF.
Yeah.
Okay. Here.
I have it on the PowerPoint.
Oh, would you like it on?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you for your patience as we set that up. My name's Amanda. I'm the CEO for Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Salt Lake, and I'm here to speak to the council on behalf of our request for funding for our Murray Boys and Girls Clubs located at 244 East Myrtle Our operating budget for that specific site is just over $2.4 million, and we're asking for the continued support from Murray City for $100,000, which represents about 4% of our annual budget. Last year in 2022, we served over 700 youth from the ages of 3.5 to 18 at our Murray location, and 51% of them, 53% of them, well, I'll double check, were 53% or 379 youth were from Murray City. And we provide full comprehensive after-school care and all day during the summer care for kids and teens. I know we've been around and in the heart of Murray City for over 50 years, starting in 1967, running those programs every day, Monday through Friday, and all day in the summer for little to no cost for our families. Our registration fee for our first grade all the way through 12th grade registration is $20 for the entire school year and $20 for the entire summer. And then a very low-cost tuition for our pre-K and kindergarten programs as well, to make our programs affordable and accessible. Because the Utah After School Network mentions a report that found that for every youth that is enrolled in an after-school program, there are 3 remaining on a waiting list. We currently have a waiting list at our Murray location of over 30 families that we're looking to actively find ways to hire more staff, bring more employees on so that we can bring those youth into our clubs and meet their needs for our families as well. The services you might find as you walk through one of our clubhouse doors, as many of you have been able to visit, homework help, STEM, hands-on STEM classes in our STEM lab, our social emotional support, prevention education programs such as substance abuse and life skills, and workforce development and college preparation for our teenagers as well. We know that we serve more than just our families, or than just the kids who walk through our clubhouse doors. We know we support the entire family. We keep working families working by providing access for affordable, quality after-school programs for their kids. While mom and dad are working, our kids are picked up from every school in Murray School District and brought into our club programs. They get their homework, they get their snack, they get their physical activity out for the day, and then they go into those different targeted programs for the day and are ready when mom and dad are off work and picking them up at 6:30. We also provide before school care as well, so we open at 6:30, so mom and dad who may need to be at a shift job before a traditional 9 a.m. or 8:30 when schools are open can drop their kids off. They get breakfast, they get on the van, and they go to their local school in the morning as well. So we know that we really are providing a service to the entire family. In fact, 82% of our families and parents that surveyed at our Murray location said that they felt positively about the club staff. They felt like their parents said that their kids feel safe at our location and that the club plays a significant role in their families' lives. As I mentioned at the beginning, we serve over 700 youth with 53%. Here you can see some of those exact numbers for the Murray City zip codes. And that our places of our programs are...
Can you just go back to that slide again?
Sure.
You went really fast. I just want to look at that.
Sure. And you should have had this in your attachments
Yeah, we
as
do.
well.
I
Yep.
just wanted to check one more thing.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.
Is that enough time? Thank you. Yeah, so we do remain inclusive for all youth. 74% of our kids come from low to moderate income households, 50% from single parent households, and 49% of our youth are from families of color or Black, Indigenous people of color. We also have some of the best staff in the state that have been recognized by the Utah After School Network. Justice Fields is one of our direct staff. She was named the Direct Service Staff of the Year by the Utah After School Network. And Joni Record is our Director of Child Care, and Salt Lake County Health Department named her the Child Care Director of the Year for the state of Utah. So we've got the best of the best there. These are some of the schools that we provide transportation to, both before school and after school. Most of the schools in Murray School District, we provide transportation with one of our 9 vehicles or 2 buses. I just thought this was an interesting piece of statistics as we're talking about the benefit back to the community and how we serve and provide resources to the community. And in fact, it's a better case and business case for Murray City to invent in preventative after-school programs rather than to prevent or invest in other programs that are designed for intervention after an occurrence has occurred. The average annual cost for each youth who's involved in the juvenile justice system is $148,000. Our cost to serve each youth is $3,400, and as I mentioned, we pass that only on in the form of a $20 registration fee to our youth. I know that's time, so I wanted to leave some of that options for questions will be after or now. Okay, thank you.
Yep, I'll turn it over to the council if they have any questions.
I just wanted to make a comment that from what I did a tour of your facility, and I'm very impressed with what you all do. If people have not had a chance to tour it and see what it's about, some very incredible facilities in there, whether it's the STEM lab that I think is fairly new, if I recall. And it was a really neat thing to see. And then the young adult area, I want to say that had, different opportunity. It was just really nice how it's set up to help children transition through different phases in life too. So I thought that was very nice. And it is a bit alarming for me to hear that there's 30 families on the waiting list, and that's just 30 families for now. I'm sure there's more than that, and that could be multiple children in each one of those families as well.
Correct. Yeah, we try to maintain, for safety reasons, that ratio of 1 to 20, one staff member for every 20 youth served. So as we hire additional staff, in fact, we added an additional position this school year so that we could serve 20, which is why we have 30 instead of 50. So as we continue to add positions and fill vacant positions, we can continue to release our waiting list.
Wonderful.
Hi. So you did not increase your request.
Correct.
The same as last year's.
Correct, we did not. Although our costs have gone up significantly, thanks to the local markets that everyone's seeing, but yes.
Right.
We maintained a flat ask this year.
I think you provide an amazing service for our community, and I really appreciate it. And I want to thank you for that. And I know it's a hard job, but you do great. So thank you.
No, we appreciate that. And we appreciate the long partnership with Murray City too. So thank you.
So when I was going through your report, you mentioned other cities that come in here.
Yep.
Do you get any money from any of the other council? Do you go to the front of the council to ask for money from them?
We haven't since COVID. Historically, there have been a couple of opportunities where we have gone in. The Taylorsville CDBG have been an eligible source of funding for a percentage, whatever the percentage is from Taylorsville, we can ask for that amount.
And what is that percentage that you ask for?
It depends on the number of kids that we have enrolled, our percentage. So if we have 7% of kids from Taylorsville, we could ask for 7% of the budget costs for that to come from Taylorsville. That has not been open recently, so we're still looking at those other avenues. We do receive funding in our other cities and municipalities in Salt Lake County and Tooele and Carbon County that support the sites that are in their city limits.
Okay.
And we do have county funds too that benefit all 7 of our all 5 of our Salt Lake County.
Do you get anything from Midvale at all?
Yeah, we do.
And what is the percentage on that?
From the budget size to there, it's probably about half of what we see proportionately. It's about 2% of our budget there. But so, I mean, I can give you a flat figure. We've been historically in their budget for $40,000 a year, and it's about half the size that we serve here in Murray, square footage wise and number of youth served.
Okay. And so from what the report I've read through, that it sounds like, and I've been on the council, this is my second year, that it looked like the Murray City has given 100,000 for the from what my report says, for 6 years.
That seems accurate.
And
yes.
then you got free rent for being in the Creekside Alternative School, correct?
Yes, so from the time that the city purchased it from the school district,
And
we
do
were
you know
already
how
in
many
there.
years that was?
I know we moved into that facility in 2015, but the first few years it was an agreement with the school district. And then whenever it was that the city purchased it, I would believe that was in 2018 or 19.
Okay.
And then we were removed earlier this year, so we had to relocate our offices from
Okay.
that building. So that's no longer a service, but we certainly appreciated the space while we were
Right.
there.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yes, and we maintained all facility costs and full liability and property insurance on that. And so,
Yep.
so we did have some overhead while we were there.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
But the city didn't charge you rent?
Correct.
Okay. All righty. Thank you.
Sure. Any
Okay,
other questions?
Any other questions or comments? Thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, up next we will have Lindsay Smith with the Miss Murray Scholarship, and following that will be the Murray Area Chamber of Commerce.
While I'm getting some technology help, I just want my Miss Murray crew to wave. I've got my judge's chair here. I've got a couple of people from Miss Utah, and my Miss Murrays, will you wave? I've got some Miss Murrays here. I've got our current Miss Murray and our Murray's Little Miss. Oh, no. It's asking me questions. Use screen, Mary? Did I choose wrong?
Lindsay, I've got a PowerPoint ready if we need it.
Doesn't look like it. Not from an iPad. Do you have?
I do not. Oh, this makes me so sad. Well, you don't though. It's just screenshots, so none of the animation works. Okay. Well, if I turn it towards you, can you see it from here? Probably not. But I'm gonna give it a good effort anyway. Hello, Council. My name is Lindsay Smith, and I am the new director of the Miss Murray Scholarship Organization. The Miss America organization has been around for over 100 years, and the earliest Miss Murray we have recorded is from 1937. While the particulars of the competition have evolved over the years, the goal has always been on providing scholarships to young women to further their education. Can you see this video? As the director of Miss Murray, I see my job in kind of three parts throughout the year, and by job I mean volunteer position. The first one is building life skills. So we start with women from Murray City between the ages of 18 to 28 to come and participate in the Miss Murray organization. Run completely by volunteers, we offer 3 to 4 workshops that are essentially professional development workshops to inspire these women to be the best versions of themselves. We work on their resumes, we talk about their community service initiatives because whoever is crowned Miss Murray has to implement that into Murray City during her year. We work on public speaking, interview skills, building confidence, and all of these are life skills that they take with them through the rest of their life. Part 2 of my volunteer job is the actual competition, which is something that Murray residents look forward to coming and seeing every year. These women compete in several categories. They have private interview, onstage question, talent, fitness, evening gown, and at the end of the night, scholarship money is what is awarded. Miss Murray and her 2 attendants are competing for scholarship money, and then we also like to acknowledge excellence in other ways, as far as we have a talent award, we have a spirit award, a People's Choice Award, and then following that same vein of acknowledging excellence in women, we have the Woman of Achievement Award, where we take a woman from Murray City and we acknowledge her the night of the competition. Part 3 of the job is Miss Murray's year of service. Once a Miss Murray has the crown placed on her head, we hit the ground running. So we have to implement her community service initiative into the city. She is a volunteer for different community events. She's a mentor to Murray's Little Miss, which is our little sister program. And then probably one of the most fun things she gets to do is she rides on the Murray float and represents us in, this summer, it was 12 parades, I believe, throughout the Salt Lake Valley. Scholarships are awarded after Miss Murray and her attendants have completed their year of service. And so last year, I took over the program to get our Emma crowned Miss Murray last October. She has completed her year of service, as have her attendants, so she is now entitled to collect her scholarship money, and for that royalty, it's a collective $4,900 in scholarship money. For almost 30 years, this program was run by Lisa Lloyd, who, if you know her and love her, she was a force to be reckoned with. And the way the finances have worked in the past, she unexpectedly died last year and didn't leave behind a manual. So I have been put in the position of kind of trying to piece together what I think the money was used for in the previous amounts that have been granted to this organization. The reality is she was a teacher at Murray High School, and she had access to the dance studio and the Murray High School auditorium at no cost. So when I sat down and looked at what it would cost to operate the program at the same way she did, it would be close to $7,500 in rental fees to the Murray School District to maintain the same level of professionalism that she's established in almost 30 years as the previous director. There's also a lot of other costs associated with running this program. Things as simple as supplies for Miss Murray to implement her social impact community service initiative into the city, paying for her food and lodging to send her to Miss Utah and represent Murray City. I want this program to be accessible to everyone. I want this to be affordable. I don't want to charge women for their participation, but we have costs like their headshots and their programs and all of these other things that come up. And so ticket sales and donations do offset some of those costs. But my hope for the future is that we can continue empowering women to lead, that we can continue to provide these opportunities for women to serve Murray City, and that we can create role models for the next generation of women in Murray City. I myself was a Miss Murray back in 2006, and so to be in this position now, to take over this organization and hold the door open for women to follow in the legacy, I'm absolutely honored to be in the position to do that. But the way it operated before with a teacher in charge of it at Murray High School is no longer sustainable. So to move forward, it just has to kind of be reevaluated, and that is from the generous support and funding from Murray City. So thank you, and I'm so sorry you can't see this cute video. There they are.
What is the request?
Any questions?
Nice. I'll turn it over to the council for questions.
Councilmember Turner just asked how much they requested. I failed to mention that. They requested $14,000.
I have some questions. Does Miss Murray compete for Miss Utah? Okay, and have we had a successful Miss Murray make it to become our Miss Utah that you're aware of? No.
As far as I know, we have not had a Miss Murray win Miss Utah yet. Morgan was there last year. She placed in the top 15.
Okay,
She was there as Miss Cottonwood, though. She was not there as Miss Murray. She was Miss Murray the year before.
Okay.
But it's not out of the realm of possibilities, you guys.
It's wonderful.
We can do it.
And you mentioned donations. Who do you receive donations from?
This is all new. So,
Okay.
things like last year we were able to, with the headshots, because the judges have to have what their face looks like with their resume so they can kind of get to know them before they meet them. I was able to get a photographer to donate headshots, which is a huge cost. And I'm willing to beg, borrow, and steal anywhere I can to get that help, because that would be hundreds of dollars if we had to hire somebody. So anybody that's willing to throw something our way to help, I'm not picky.
And then, do you receive any other funding other than Murray City, or historically received any other funding?
I don't believe so.
Not that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of.
And the current, basically, there's no money currently in the organization. So
This
the
is
14,000 is
clean
what?
start.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so and we've accounted for that money has all been spent appropriately and paid out and
From
from
previous-
previous years, as far as you know.
As far as I know. The royalty that I'm responsible for that was crowned last year, some of this funds is to pay them out for the year they
The
just served.
$4,900 is
Yes,
what that
is
would
coming
pay
out
out.
of
So
it.
then the remainder that you will have for this year is $9,100. And so,
3,000 of that I would like to pay to Dakota, who will be serving as Miss Murray until the spring. Typically, the competition has been in the fall, but funding hadn't been figured out yet, so we postponed. So I would like to pay her a full $3,000 when she finishes in the spring, and then we would crown a new Miss Murray. So I'd be at 6,000. I'm not a math person.
no, that's okay. Okay, because it's 3,000 for the scholarship. For some reason, I had 5,000 sitting in my head.
Well, I thought the
Oh, I would love for it to be, I would love to give more.
No, I just needed to refer to my notes. It's 3,000.
Oh, it's not 4,900?
4,900
Is
is the.
for Miss Murray and her first and second attendant, for the three of them.
For the three of them, and you divide that between the three of them?
It's 3,000 for Miss Murray, and then it's
800 for the first runner,
uh-huh,
and
and
600 for the
600,
second runner.
yes.
Okay.
So they completed their summer of
And
writing
Little
the
Miss Murray is
float.
500.
Okay. And then, go ahead, Diane.
So I can't believe you can run this organization on that much money. That's crazy.
Honestly, when I started putting it down, I was like, have I not asked for enough? It'll be fine.
Are there other funding sources that you're aware of, like Miss America National, or, I mean, there has to be something that.
Yeah, this entire, Miss Utah speaking up over here. It's a volunteer program. I mean, I have felt in the last year since taking over this program, just the empowerment of sisterhood and giving back, right? Like you move ahead and you turn around and you pull people up with you. And so it's all volunteer run, and the scholarships, I mean, some people aren't necessarily representing a city, so they could just be a sponsored person. This is a little bit more special, I think, because this is not just a ticket to go to Miss Utah. This is an opportunity to serve Murray City and do good in the community rather than just competing for scholarship money. That makes sense?
Do you solicit for donations?
I will
mean-
start. This is all new. So I'm starting
Okay.
from ground zero. So absolutely, I will be trying to get donations from Flowers and from, I mean, anything and anywhere. We've had a partnership, I mean, back when I was Miss Murray, we had a partnership with Dillard's. They would give Miss Murray an outfit. We've always allotted $500 for the dresses for the float, which $500 now compared to 2006 for 3 dresses. I mean, the money doesn't go as far as it used to.
Wow.
And I think I won, Carrie, did you get $2,500? You were up to 3,000. I was $2,500 in 2006. And that money does not go nearly as far for scholarships now as it did then.
So this is kind of seed money then?
Hopefully, yes. I have so many dreams of how I would like to build this and where I would like to take it and continue the legacy that has been established for so long, and then continue to push it to the next level within this community.
Okay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Tam.
Why isn't the school district helping you? Have you gone to the school district? Have you asked them, can we go in and use a room in the morning at 5:30
Who doesn't love a 5:30 meeting about public
Whatever,
speaking?
because you've got cheer and dance going on and Spartonians and, all the other.
Yes.
So have you approached them? Have you asked them for anything at all? And what was their reply? Is it because of liability?
It's just that it's not a school activity, so it's an outside rental like anything else.
But it was a school activity when Miss Lloyd was over it.
I think only because she was the dance company teacher. So she had that office, she had that dance room to operate out of, she held all of her workshops there. I mean, that was the hub for Miss Murray. It had a physical location, which was great for girls to practice their talent. I mean, she had a space to operate from. And I don't have that.
So where are you going to hold these? Because when I went to watch the pageant, you had it at Murray High, and we bought tickets. So where are you going to hold these?
In October last year, we did it at Hillcrest because it was the cheaper option than Murray High School. We moved it over there. And I mean, ideally, I would love for the new Murray Theater to be the home of Miss Murray. I was on the research task force for that theater, and I was talking to Lori Edmonds, because I'm on the Murray Arts Advisory Board, and we were talking about how the city, we can waive city things. So future goal, I would love for that. There's just nothing to do right now. We have to rent from the school district for now.
And can you tell us how much it costs for you to rent Hillcrest?
Yes. They gave us a discounted rate. It's somewhere in here in my notes. They gave us a discounted rate because of our 501c3 status.
Oh, so you are a 501.
We are now. It never has been before.
But you are now.
We are now, yes.
Okay.
So these are all steps that
That was one of my
I'm moving
questions.
forward
Yes,
into.
okay.
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
I don't want to tell you a wrong number. It is
Did
a
you see
discounted
it in
rate.
the paperwork?
I think is it the operational cost? Sorry. Is it the white little square that says operational costs on the slides? I think that talks about the hourly
Yes.
rates that you pay in for things.
That's what Murray High School costs.
Okay. Yeah, Murray
Not
High School
Hillcrest.
$175 an hour.
But that is when you have the pageant, right?
Yeah, but for a
For
workshop.
the stage, yeah. Yeah, the dance
studio-
room is
But does it say
$50 an hour.
Hillcrest?
It just says like workshop 1, dance studio, 3 hours for $150. Workshop 2, dance studio, 3 hours for $150. So it just goes through a list of these
To
different things.
do it the way it has always been done.
Correct.
Now, I'm using the Murray Library to do interview workshops. I'm trying to be as creative as possible. But sometimes you just need space to operate out of.
I know.
And different cities are different. Some cities provide that. So it just depends. Every city is different in how they handle their programs. And so I think this has been pretty
How many hours-
self-operational because you just could hand some money and then she could just take care of it because she worked there.
And how many hours are you in Hillcrest? In a day?
Originally, it was a full week of rehearsals leading up to the competition.
Right.
Last year, I did 2 2-hour rehearsals and then threw them on stage, which we did it. I mean, it was okay. We survived, yeah. But I want to set people up for success so they feel like they've had time to do their best and be their best. But I work in entertainment, and so I can run a pretty tight ship to get a show up.
I bet you can. Get them in and get them out.
I have just another question or two. How do you advertise for this to get young ladies that want to
Contestants,
participate?
yes.
contestants.
Social media has been our best thing so far. Calling Trees of Mothers. Emma's mom got us several people recruited in. I don't have the access to the school like Lisa did to, hey, high school seniors, let's compete for some scholarship money. So Dakota is really helping when she's out and she's serving the community and talking about it and being visible. I would like to, pending funding, when we start gearing up for our next competition, getting it in the Murray Journal. I want as many people as possible to know about it because the opportunity and the skills you walk away from, win or lose. I mean, I competed 3 times to win, and the things that I've learned from from those workshops I've carried with me through life. So I'm trying to break stereotypes, and I'm trying to be inclusive, and I'm trying to get as many people in as possible, and I'm open to any ideas.
And then the two things that I'll say is we have a lot of people from the business community in here this evening. I would definitely recommend connecting with some of them because that may be an opportunity for you to get some funding from some private businesses. Additionally, and ask to make it more, I don't know if this is something from the administration or what have you, but to have a member from the city be part of the panel or of some sort in selecting this individual might help make it more tied into Murray, since we are potentially giving significant funding to it. I don't know if that's something that.
Oh, I had asked about that, if we could have a council person as a judge, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, or the mayor, or.
Yes, I had cleared that with Miss
Perfect.
America, actually. I had asked
Wonderful.
about that because
Okay.
I would
just wanted to
love-
make sure, because I think that does add, since there is funds coming from the city.
And I want this program to be very integrated in
Wonderful.
what we do. We were sitting here, every person that presented tonight, I'm looking at Dakota going, go to that greenhouse, go to the Boys and Girls Club. Like, these are things that I want Miss Murray involved in, so I want that partnership.
Okay, no more questions or comments from me?
Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, and finally, we have Matt Gibbons from the Murray Chamber. The Murray Chamber's request is $60,000.
No, touch the push.
Maybe now? All right.
There you
Thanks you guys for having us out. The first thing, Jennifer, I might have a question from you, but you guys would like to see staffing documents from the chamber. I'm not exactly sure what you meant by that, other than the only paid staff member is the president's position at this time. Is there any more clarity that you guys are looking for on that front?
Were you guys looking for anything?
Is the president taking a salary?
Yeah,
Okay.
And
it's
how
the
much
only
is
paid
that?
position. It's $1,000 a week,
So 4,000,
$52,000 a year.
okay.
Moving on. You asked about why there were increased labor costs from 2023 to 2024. The labor cost increase is a projection based on the chamber's goals for growth. In order to achieve our goals and anticipate the service requirements going to take for the chamber to serve the community, we're going to have to hire a few paid team members. The next question was, is the MYCC affiliated with the Murray Chamber? Absolutely. The MYCC represents a dynamic youth arm of the chamber. Our commitment extends to supporting these young individuals and providing the necessary liability insurance mandated by the district, enabling them to participate in various different events. We take immense pride in nurturing and guiding the future leaders of our community. The council wanted to understand more about the chamber, what the chamber is paying for in professional services. I think that was Rosalba's question. The chamber is committed to driving the local business community forward, is embodied by the strategic investment in a dynamic and cutting-edge platform. This platform not only simplifies the process for both members and non-business entities to showcase their business, events, and exclusive offers through the chamber's website, it also fosters a powerful synergy among Murray businesses. By leveraging our platform, businesses elevate their visibility, it boosts their SEO rankings, and they tap into the power of networking and providing member-to-member offers, ensuring their growth and success are maximized. You also was interested in wanting a better understanding of the makeup of the chamber. The chamber consists of an executive board. The people on that board, there's the chairperson, the past chair, the chair-elect, the president, and the treasurer. Then we have a board, and then we have an ambassador committee. Each one of these people participate and run in various different committees. These committees include the Women in Business Committee, our Ambassador Committee, Ribbon Cutting Committee, Nominations Committee, Member Relations Committee, Events Committee, Chamber Relations, the MYCC, Government Relations, and the Charity Committee. There was a question about why the chamber is holding events in other cities. First, we always look in Murray for event locations. If the cost, the availability, or the event space is prohibitive, we look outside for other locations, especially when the event is tied to a charity event, so we can increase the amount of money we can raise. Additionally, if our requests to host events are denied by the city, we have no other choice than to search outside the city. For example, we attempted to organize a cornhole tournament in conjunction with the food trucks. The food, we reached out to the food truck organizer, and they were thrilled because the purpose was to bring more citizens and people to the park, also raise funds. That got shut down by the Parks Department. We tried to do a pickleball tournament, same thing happened there, and we wanted to do we wanted to have pavilion number 5 specifically to do a 5 and 10K run, and that got denied as well. These events would have united citizens and business servicing fundraisers for the Spartan Closet and the other charities that we support. The other thing that's come up is why we do outside events in, say, Park City. That's been coming up. Park City Chamber actually came to one of our events here in Murray, and they were impressed by the value of our education and invited us up there to provide our education to their members, which gave us an incredible opportunity to expose the businesses in Murray to the Park City community. Let's see. One of the concerns that came up was that many of the board members don't live or have businesses in Murray. The Chamber's vision is to assemble a board of directors comprising the most accomplished individuals can provide the utmost value to the businesses in Murray. The vision transcends geographical boundaries because our mission is focused on curating unparalleled education programs, imparting the art of effective networking, and orchestrating top-tier events that serve the collective success of the city's business community. And I'm delighted to announce and share today that this transformation is already well underway. People that have harnessed the power of the Chamber's resource have personally attested to me remarking the growth of their business experience a substantial upswing ranging from 10% to 23% increase in their business. It's imperative to highlight that they have credited the substantial growth directly to the active contributions from the Chamber. If the council prioritizes ROI, return on investment, in the decision-making process, which unquestionably should, I invite you to recognize that this increase in business expansion directly bolsters the city's tax revenue, firmly aligning our mission with the economic well-being of the entire community. Any questions?
I'll turn it over to the council for questions.
How much does it cost to be a member?
It ranges, our basic membership's $600. To give some examples of that, other small networking entities, say BNI, for example, TrustEgrity, they're somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,000 to $1,500 a year.
And how many members do you have?
We currently have 115 businesses, but that's really not a great number because however many people that are part of those businesses, they're welcome to come to what we're doing. Our education stuff has been recognized even back east. One of our main educators, I guess is the best way to put it, is connected back in Washington. And when he went back there and shared what we were up to, they were amazed at how forward we're way ahead of everybody else, if that made any sense.
This 60,000 you're requesting, it is an increase from prior years. What would you primarily attribute the increase to?
So the Chamber's grant, if you will, was cut, I think, in half about 6 years ago, down to the 20 range. It's just flat inflation. And it's a numbers game, in my opinion. The more businesses we help increase their revenues. It's automatically going to the bottom line and increasing the tax revenue for the city. So if we're averaging 15% and the business is increased by 15%, it's increasing the revenue to the city and the well-being of the community.
And do you receive funding elsewhere, I assume? No. So funding is solely from the city and then dues?
Membership and city, yep.
Are you done?
No, you can go. Reserve.
So do you have a grant writer?
Yes, we're working with a grant writer right now.
And how is that turning out?
Slow. It's still in process. We're still going to pursue the grant.
Okay. And when was the last time the chamber has been audited?
By an outside auditor, I don't know that.
And also, in the report, it said that you got 60,000, and that is incorrect.
We got 60,000? No, we were asking for
No,
60,000.
it was in the report that the request is 60,000, and it says previous Murray City awardee, yes, 60,000, and no, you didn't get 60,000.
Oh, I made a mistake on
No,
that.
no, no,
then.
no, that wasn't you. That was just in the report. I just wanted to pull that out for you, that you didn't get 60,000.
No.
No,
No.
no. Could you explain to me, I'm going to put you on the spot,
Good.
why last year when I was appointed by the council, I was not able to be in the budget hearing part of your,
Absolutely. So traditionally, before I was involved, the way I understood it was that a seat on the board was offered to a city council person to be a non-voting member to help communicate how we could better help the city versus being, my example is if I was running a business and I was working with one of my clients, I'm not going to have them come in and be on my budget, if that answered your question.
okay?
And moving forward, Pam, because that's just how it has been, moving forward, it's different because there's a process to be on the board, and it's a voting process. It's not just, oh, by the way, you're on the board. However, as we keep moving forward with our relationship with the city, it's just going to get better and more transparent.
So was I not voted on the board last year?
I don't think there was a vote per se, or the process of going through being interviewed. The way I understood it is you took Dell's seat.
Okay.
So it was appointed then? It was
Yeah.
an appointed?
Yeah.
So anybody that is appointed in the council will not be on the board?
That's a confusing situation because as this time, all of a sudden, you got replaced by Rizalba and we were like, what's going on here?
And because that's who
Okay.
the council,
Which is
Appointed.
totally fine. We're
Right.
totally fine with
Right.
that.
okay,
It's just, from my perspective, just more communication.
yep.
How many of your board members or ambassadors, anyone with that's a participant in this, aside from just your standard annual payer? So anyone on the board, I think you had two tiers. You said executive board members and then you had another group of people. How many of those are from Murray, either live in Murray or have Murray businesses or businesses that may operate in Murray? What would you estimate?
3 board members live in Murray,
Okay.
have businesses.
And that's I think if the number is 6?
12 board members.
Okay.
Ambassadors are chamber members. In order to be an ambassador, you must be a chamber member. And we don't close off chamber members to just Murray City businesses. I'm of the opinion that the more we help and the more we serve the valley, the more people that are going to come back to Murray anyway. And once they learn the benefits of what Murray has to offer for businesses, unless they learn about how are they else going to learn about it. But when they get to see what the benefits are, maybe they want to move their business to Murray.
My only ask, I guess, would be that if there's a way to try to encourage more Murray business or Murray resident participant in your board level, I think we ask the same of other individuals or groups that we give money out to. And I understand the desire to have the best in their field. I totally, as someone who is in business, I understand that. But I do think there is value with having Murray as the name and then also with the funding that is significant from the city to have more focus on Murray. But I respect what you're saying.
And to be transparent, since I've been involved, which has been about 2.5 years, it's open to whoever wants to show up and participate.
Okay.
And take on the role.
Okay. So you don't necessarily have people fighting
No,
for
we
more
don't go,
positions?
oh, you have a business in Murray, we have this person over here that's a better fit, we're taking this person. That's
Okay.
not how it works.
Okay.
I have another question.
Great.
I'm wondering, do you have a relationship with our Community and Economic Development Department?
In fact, we do, and it's getting better and better. I'm so thankful Elvon's here. He actually came out and helped us partner with the Rotary this weekend, and we cleaned up along 53rd South. So that relationship continues to get better and better, and the more we work together, the stronger everything's going to be.
Good, I think that's really important, and I don't think in the past there has been much of a relationship there, so that's very good.
I'm thrilled he's here, and we can work together we have the same goals.
Yeah, I would think so.
I have one more question. So on this page of Murray City Profit and Loss Budget Overview for the Chamber, on page 1, it says labor 140,000. Did you explain what that 140,000 was for?
You talking about next year?
Yep.
That's a projection. We intend to grow through more members, broader reach. That's what some of this funding is going to be used for. And in order for us to do that, we're going to have higher labor costs because I can't do it all.
Right. Okay.
Okay, nothing further. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to turn it over to the public comment portion. So we ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes. Try not to restate points made by others, though we recognize that there may be some people speaking for the same organizations. And we ask that your comments are directed to the council and are about this topic. And if you do give a comment, please find Patty for the form to fill out as well.
My name is Dylan Barney, and considering no one else was standing up, I decided to break the silence and stand up. I'm impressed with the various activities that these particular groups are taking on their shoulders. I'm not sure which one. When I was working, there was a program I was familiar with that I might encourage them to take a look at, and it's known as the CFC, the Combined Federal Campaign, and that's where federal employees and federal annuitants can once a year decide what programs and organizations, whatever they want to donate money to. And I think some of these organizations here may benefit by checking into that particular program and seeing what monies they can get from that particular group, because those monies are solicited from throughout the United States and within the Mountain West area of Utah. And they may benefit from some of the money that could come from there, as well as from the ZAP program, the Zoo Arts and Parks, and from the you folks here at Murray City. And thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comment.
Again, it's known as a CFC, Combined Federal Campaign.
Hi, Sherry Van Bibber, Murray City. I just wanted to, sitting here listening to everybody, and I look at the greenhouse, and I look at the Miss Murray, and NYCC, and pretty much everyone in the chamber, we all volunteer. I look at how many hours of people that represent Murray that volunteer, all of our hours. I don't even have numbers of what the hours that we all put in. And I'm so proud of what we all do. And we have jobs. And then on top of our jobs, we're spending another third to a fourth of our time, if not more, doing this for the city because we love Murray City. And there's no thank you for it. It's basically, I mean, our passion and the love of the women, the love of the kids, the love of our businesses that come back, that I think that we feed off of, that keeps us going year after year to do that. But we are out all over the city, all over the state, and even beyond the state, with Murray in front of our name. And I think that I'm just very proud of who we are and doing what we do for nothing. and so we're appreciative that of the city to, do this, and we hope that this doesn't get, isn't a part that's given out from the city, because we are all out there representing the city all the time, and because of our love and because we're proud of Murray. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Where do I start? I am here on behalf of Boys and Girls Club, my beautiful friend Amanda here. I personally reached out to her and said, first I got an email from them saying that there is a chance that you guys might be questioning the funding for the Boys and Girls Club. And it really hit home, really close to me. The reason being is my son, Aiden, has now been there with the Boys and Girls Club, now going on 6 years. Little backstory, I'm a single mom, and I also, I'm a single mom, and my son, immediately at 18 months had to go into daycare. For the first probably from 18 months up to 4 years old, he was bounced back and forth out of daycare after daycare after daycare. If it wasn't due to the hours or whatever, it was because the days didn't match up, being a full-time working mom. So, make a long story short, my sister-in-law's sister actually mentioned the Boys and Girls Club. Let's just say when he turned 4 and he was able to get into the program, his demeanor changed. It was like within 3 months. Before it was like having a hard time sleeping, acting out. I don't know, maybe it's just because I was a new mom and he's my firstborn. But just his demeanor changed quite a bit. Fast forward to 6 years now, he loves the Boys and Girls Club. It's saved me. I had a really ugly divorce, and I literally had maybe $100 to my name. And this is where it gets a little bit touchy, sorry. But when he started the Boys and Girls Club, that allowed me to not only finish school, but to be able to give my son a place of structure. The Boys and Girls Club, like I told Amanda, I said, they helped me raise my son. They helped me because when he was little, they picked him up. When he started school, they took him to school, they brought him to daycare. They allowed me to not only have a career, but to also finish school. Now, to this day, I have a great job. I finally finished college, I graduated, I have a flexible, I have a flexible career where I can actually go in, pick him up whenever I want. And he now loves it. I'll call him some days and he'll say, Mom, can you let me stay a little bit longer? I've got Lego club or I got STEM class. And he just loves it. So I told Amanda, I said, because of you guys and because of how much time you guys have spent with him, you guys helped me raise him. So please help with the funding. You guys are making a big, huge influence. You're helping single moms. You're helping people who are struggling with inflation. Daycares are outrageous and ridiculously expensive. So that's my piece.
Will you share your name really quick? Will you share your name?
Brittany Elder.
Thank you so much for your comment.
My name's Morgan Workman. I'm here with the Miss Murray organization, and I was actually Miss Murray in 2022, so pretty recent. But I just wanted to say, when I started out in this organization, I was a completely different person. I wasn't able to sit down and have an interview. I would stutter. I was scared. I couldn't get up in public speak. But after training in the Miss Murray organization and being Miss Murray and serving my community and being able to make such a difference with my community service initiative, I am a completely different woman. And this program really takes females and it builds them up and it makes them into leaders and difference makers in their communities. And so I really do think it's so important that we do get this funding because it really does change lives. And I know every other Miss Murray here could attest to that. So yeah, I'm just really grateful. So thank you. And I'm Morgan Workman.
Thank you so much for your comment.
My name is Amber Robinson. I've lived in Murray my entire life. I am what you call an original. I just want to say that I have grown up in Murray and I've loved Murray. I've attended all Murray schools. I currently teach in Murray School District. And I also work for Murray City as well. I just want to say that I feel like tonight has come full circle moment for me because address the council. My daughter was Little Miss Murray in 2014, and as Little Miss Murray, she was mentored by McCall Gray, 2014. And I don't know if you remember this, Miss Sire, but my daughter and her friend Sage came to your house to heart attack you as part of her Little Miss initiative. And she was caught by the mayor. And you so kindly invited us into your home where we could meet with Shelley and talk about their mutual love for Harry Potter. And I feel like that has just been a special moment. Not only that, I remember with the Boys and Girls Club, Meg Zulo, Miss Murray 2015 maybe, she actually partnered with the Boys and Girls Club, do you remember? And she went over and taught them weekly hip hop classes because she was a dancer and wanted to involve them. And then they were in the parade on the fire truck, if you remember. So I just think a lot of things have become full circle and that Miss Murray truly has been integrated into the community for so long, and it's just become more and more. Also, I also want to say, just for the Boys and Girls Club, they do such a great job. Emma and I have a dear friend, actually won Volunteer of the Year award, Miss Farah, and just an impressive young woman that community truly has changed her life, like the Miss Murray program can do for her. And I've been trying to convince her to run for Miss Murray. One day, Chris Avera will be Miss Murray. But I just want to say thank you for your support in the past. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to the program for Miss Murray. I remember seeing you there and to all the events that these girls go to and support. It does make a difference. And I know, Councilman Horowski, your little girls, when they put on that crown, it does something for these little girls. They have a mentor to look up to. When the Miss Murray places their sash on those little girls, it means something. Emma was a little girl in the audience who then became Miss Murray. It can happen, and it does change lives, like Morgan was saying. I remember her as a little girl, and what she's saying is true. That is a phenomenal young woman, and you have helped transform her life into a powerful, confident, wonderful speaker of a woman. And Dakota, getting her master's degree at University of Utah, when you send Dakota to Miss Utah, you should be proud when she walks across that stage. Very few girls that competed are in the master's program, and she will do well. So I just want to say, Mayor, Emma was roommates with Miss Lehigh, and the mayor did send her flowers while she was competing, and I thought that was really special, so tip for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. This seems like a familiar moment when I was presenting. Good to see you all again. I'm Dakota King, Miss Murray. Just to reflect what everyone said so far, this is such a great program that truly changes lives. I remember I competed back in 2020. Miss Lloyd tried to convince me over and over again to do it, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not a pageant girl. But I realized slowly that it's not about being a pageant girl. It's about exploring yourself as a person and allowing yourself to grow and seeking dreams and reaching goals. And it also took me 3 times I've competed twice, and this is a different situation, but just the experiences that you gain from the preparation. I remember I've always been a very social person, but I still would get nervous in interviews and not necessarily be confident in myself. But this program has really built up my confidence and has really inspired me to pursue great things like earning my master's. And especially one thing that's really empowering is as Miss Murray or any local title holder, we get to share our community service initiative. And one thing I found as Miss Murray is that it's given me more purpose in life. And as we pass on the crown as Miss Murray, it doesn't mean our job is done. It's only the beginning. So if you could really support and give us this money, it would be greatly appreciated. I love Murray. I know everyone here loves Murray, and we love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dakota.
Hi, my name is Camilla Larson. I am the panelist chair. And one of the biggest blessings about my job, my voluntold job, is that I have the ability to sit through the interviews. And the incredible experience is watching those girls for 2 months plan and prepare for that private 10-minute interview. And while they're in that interview, the judges get to learn so much about them. And the incredible thing is that for Miss Murray, our reach is vast. On average, there's about 8 to 12 contestants every year. And I would be willing to bet that every contestant, all 12 contestants, every year has the ability to affect change in their own lives. As Morgan was saying, and I just want to put a big exclamation on what everyone said, the ability to affect change in their own lives starts from that interview process. And watching them gain that confidence on stage is an incredible opportunity that we invite all of you to come and witness for the next Miss Murray program. So we ask for the support so that we can affect change in so many more lives.
Thank you very much.
It wasn't too long ago I was here wrapping up my end of year as Miss Murray. As you all know, I was Miss Murray 2023, and I can attest to Lindsay's blood, sweat, and tears that she has put into this program. This program truly has changed my life, and it is an educational scholarship-based program that really just helps women pursue their goals. And I can even remember talking to Councilman Gary about business and what I want to pursue in a career. And you truly have inspired me to apply to the marketing program this next year. And I am so grateful for all of your support throughout this program and throughout the years. This is a short-term investment that has long-term rewards to the city. We can even see Lindsay and all these other Miss Murrays that are here supporting, and I can attest that the future Miss Murrays will be here to continue propelling this program into the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to close the public hearing and turn it back to the council.
I have one question that I wanted to ask, if Brenda wouldn't mind weighing in for us as our finance director for the city. This is an additional ask over what we originally had budgeted. I believe the original budget was $153,000, and we are asking, the ask here today is for $207,000 if we were to fund everything. Brenda, what does that do in the case of reserves as well as the budget? How does this all look?
So the additional ask is $75,600. And as all of you know, interest rates have gone up. They seem to be staying up. I didn't budget for a staying up plan on interest rates. I figured they would level off and go down. We were 17% in the year. We have earned 57% of the budget for interest. So I will just raise the interest. It won't affect reserves at all. We'll just increase the budget for interest revenue and offset these other additional costs.
So there's no impact to the
There would be
reserve.
no direct impact. Of course, if we didn't do it, then those would end up in reserves later. But our interest is coming in. We're earning slightly over 5% on most of our money right now.
It's all funded through the interest we're achieving with these high interest rates.
Yes, it's all funded with the high interest rates. Until we have to borrow money, it's a great thing.
Say that again? That was,
Until we have to borrow money, it's a really good thing to have high interest rates.
okay.
Any additional comments or questions?
I just have some thoughts. I mean, seeing everyone here tonight, I think we see yet again how this community comes together and really pulls for the wonderful people that we have living here in Murray. I think that's why we all choose to live here and what makes this so great and why we all choose to serve. Both you all down in the audience as volunteers and those of us that are sitting up here and some of us in campaigns right now fighting for the important things in Murray. I do want to speak to a couple of things and just, I think Brenda spoke on how we do have an opportunity right now to fund these fairly easily without impact to our residents, being that we are doing well from an interest perspective as a city. That being said, I know there has been expressed positions from different council members to relook at this program in our spring session, and it may be a different council at that point. But nevertheless, there has been an ask to look at this again as part of a workshop. And so I do want to, although we may fund all of these at the additional asks and the new items and the ones that are recurring from the prior years, I do encourage each one of the organizations to look into grants, private public partnerships. If the city comes back in the future, again, maybe looks at a match grant or something like that, that people are really thinking through. The program could look wholly different next year. And so I just want to make sure that's said now. So if we do end up funding everything, that there may not be the same amount of funds in the following year. We don't know what the economy is going to look like. We don't know if we're going to be still earning the same amount of interest, all these different things. And so I do want to caution everyone, although I'm very excited with what I've heard tonight and feel very positive moving forward with this, knowing that we can fund this without putting more burden on our residents. And in fact, I would argue that all of these programs are benefits to our residents. And so I'm really, really excited about the opportunities that I heard tonight and the different things that we have going in this great city.
So I would like to read something that the council received from our attorney back in February 17th of 2023. It was a memorandum, and in it, it says adequate consideration is required value for value. And we know that we did this study because the council asked for a study and it was given to us. I don't want to pay for another study every single year for more nonprofit organizations coming to the city, and we have to keep paying for another organization to come in and do the study for us, because that's more money out of the taxpayers. So in this memorandum that we got from our city attorney, it says and this is why I have a hard time with this. Section 10-8-2 authorized the council to appropriate money only for corporate purposes. The Utah Supreme Court has explained that there is no provision within Section 10-8-2 which allows a city to give away public money. In fact, public property, including money, is held in trust for the public and not be disposed of other than in good faith and for adequate consideration. Adequate consideration means that the local government must show that there is a clear present benefit to the city's residents. That reflects fair market value for whatever is given by the local government. The city cannot donate money to private entities. Appropriation must be made in exchange for adequate consideration, i.e., for at least an equivalent value in service. Without this value for value exchange and appropriation, an expenditure constitutes an illegal gift of public money and violates Utah law. This is a law. And in addition to the adequate consideration requirement, appropriation must be authorized by the state law and made in support of a public purpose. This says to me, if the city gives money to any organization, that organization has to show the city how they provided the same amount of value back to the city. And I would like to see that. That's why we're here at this point, because the council wanted to look at this through a private person to look at all these, and he came back with every single one of these organizations, these nonprofits, do give back to the city. And so we have to follow that direction. But next year, I really would like to really deep dive into this, and I want to follow the law. I was voted because the citizens in my district and all the other districts, they want us to be very, very careful of our tax money, their tax money that they pay. I talked to a business person, and this business person said to me, lower my business taxes instead of giving money away. So, with that, let's go forward.
Can I say something, Councilmember
Yeah, I'd like to
Rogers?
make a quick comment. As someone who's only been on the council for about 2 months and is still figuring out and learning this whole process, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has reached out to us as council members, who have commented on the organizations, who have poured their hearts and told us why these organizations matter, what they've done in the community. And I've just been almost overwhelmed with the support that I've seen from these different organizations. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for making known the difference you make in the community and for all of the time and effort that you put in on everyone's behalf. So thank you.
I agree. Thank you for that. That was a great comment.
All right, if we don't have any other,
Can I make a statement real quick?
Yes.
So your resolution, you're going to approve or deny the resolution. As part of that, each organization, of course, has their amount of money they've asked for. During your motion, if you're changing any of them, or I just need to know for sure how much you're donating to each organization as part of your approval process.
I would ask if there's anyone that objects to taking the slate as a whole and would rather break it up, or how we look towards this to move forward.
I'm fine with taking it as a whole.
Well, after Brenda's statement, and we're not dipping into the reserves.
It's a good thing.
I support taking it as a whole as well.
Because if we were going to be dipping into the reserves, I would have a problem. So I guess we'll take it as a whole.
Okay.
But let's look at this in January. And maybe we can have it be looked at as NeighborWorks does it, and how they handle their, and have it as an interlocal agreement. Because I don't want to pay for another application person to look at our applications that we get from other, because we'll probably get other nonprofits coming. So, just to make a statement to the Boys and Girls Club, I wish this organization, I don't know where you're sitting, I wish that organization was when my mother was getting a divorce in the 1960s. We didn't have any of that. So I really appreciate all the comments, and I really appreciate that you went to college. You really yanked on my heartstrings. And I commend you for that. And as far as Miss Murray goes, girls, I've known you. Thank you for everything that you do. And the chamber, thank you. Thank you for being there with the businesses.
I will take a motion.
I will make a motion that we adopt a resolution approving the appropriation of money for corporate purposes based on findings pursuant to Section 10-8-2 of the Utah Code.
I second it.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Brooke, will you take roll?
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Arakisi?
Aye.
Mr. Rogers?
Aye. Thank you very much.
And thank you all for coming. Sincerely, we appreciate you all being here tonight. We have additional matters of business to go through.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask for a point of privilege to take a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
This was a bit longer than we anticipated, so feel free to stay and listen to the rest of the meeting, or you are welcome to leave.
Thank you very much. Right. Thank you all very much. We are going to move on to the next public hearing item that we have tonight. And this is to consider an ordinance related to land use that amends the general plan from low-density residential to medium-density residential and amends the zoning map from R18, which is residential single-family, to RM15, which is multiple-family medium-density residential, for the properties located at 770 and 780 West 5300 South and 845 West Clover Meadow Drive. Zachary Smallwood presenting.
Hello, council. Nice to see you guys again. So I broke everything. Oh my goodness. Now I have to log in with the 2-factor thing, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
Time is up.
I know, and I thought, I was like, I thought, we were just gonna fly through this. Okay, now I'm not gonna touch anything. Okay, so we are here, I'm here presenting on an application made by Justin Lang, who is proposing to change the future land use map and rezone the properties at 770, 780 West 5300 South, and 845 West Clover Meadow Drive. Located here, I wanted to start off by saying that there are no actual properties on Clover Meadow Drive. It just is this, okay, apparently I'm not going to use the things. So I'm just gonna try to do this without slides. It's currently in the R18 zone, and they are requesting to go from low-density residential to medium-density residential. It is supported by the by the moderate income housing section and housing sections of the general plan. There are multiple, in the slides that I showed you 2 weeks ago, because that's what these are, I highlighted specific elements of the general plan that would support doing this type of infill housing. Also, I kind of mentioned that Mr. Lang has been able to achieve the impossible by getting an access off 5300 South from UDOT. Really, that's kind of what I'm here to talk about. I apologize, the slides just aren't being my friend today. So, any questions?
Is the applicant here?
Yes.
Do we want to give the applicant some time to speak?
Yeah, I don't have much to add to that, I guess. So I can field questions if you have them, but pretty straightforward. It's a piece of land along 5300 South. It's pinched between two existing townhouse developments. So we just gonna make it match the rest of the road there. So there's no access from the single family neighborhood that would allow us to develop it like that, so. Yeah, that's it.
Do you plan to sell or rent these,
I
or do you have any
will
idea?
sell or partner with a developer, I can't.
Okay, this is, so you're just gonna,
I'm
you're
just
looking,
doing the land. So
Okay.
I'll take it through, what they call flat work, so put the roads, curbs and gutters in. I'll be involved while they develop the development plan, but yeah, I won't be building the actual units myself.
and you'll be teaching other people the secrets to getting access roads from UDOT in the
How
future?
did you do that?
I just smiled, I guess.
Wow.
So, your name?
Not bad.
Justin Lang.
Got it.
I was just sure. I was sure Pam was going to say your name. Oh, I taught you in school because he is a Murray. He is a Murray boy,
Hey,
so.
I know it's either gonna be Pam taught him or you knew him from Magna, so I just know I got all my bases covered on everything, so. I don't think there's any further questions, David.
Thank you very much. So I will now open the public hearing portion, and I'd like to remind anyone to limit their comments to 3 minutes, to speak into the microphone and to say their name and city of residence. Okay, seeing no comments, I will close the public hearing portion and turn it over to the council for comments or an action.
All right, so this afternoon, going through my emails, we as a council received this public hearing on the rezoning tonight. And it says, I'll just read both of them. I'll start with the first one. I hope I get them in order. I cannot make the meeting, but we need our voices heard. Everything Ivory Homes promised us, 10 concrete fence homes, not so close to our backyard and etc., was never followed through with. I have much damage to my house from it, shaking during construction, to which Ivory's in-house attorney advised me to repair it versus pay attorney fees, because they'll just keep it in court. With the fence, it's already caving in. They built it up with rock and twice it's had heavy rain. It's already flooded into my yard, attached our photos. I think Murray City will have many more complaints like this if they allow more homes to be built in this area. It's already a joke with people driving through our neighborhood because of that no left turn exiting out of Ivory's community with the additional homes that are going to be built when the Galleria is or was. There literally is no more room for additional homes in this area aside for Ivory Homes. Really disappointing me after promising us all of these items so we would sign off on the project. Then they just have that guy go to a different project and give us a new project manager that acts like they don't know anything about the fence and etc. See attached photos and please vote no to additional homes. That was the first email. And then our second email, it says.
Can I just ask a question on that, Pam?
What?
Can I ask you a question on
Sure.
that comment? Is that really, so that's a development that's next to where this is? And that, because Ivory Homes is not necessarily the developer for this project.
No, Ivory Homes is not affiliated to this project at all.
But so is there an Ivory Homes project within this area? Is that what they're referring to?
Crossed 5300 South into the
It's in
east a
District
little
1.
bit.
So it's on the other side of the street?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
on the other side of 5300 South.
Okay.
No, that's your district.
So it's not adjacent or?
No, it's not adjacent at all, except for 53rd.
And it says from animal installations, so I don't know what that means. And the next one is another one that was sent to us. Ivory adding additional homes, comments against Ivory adding additional homes. This one is, again, is from animalinstallation@gmail.com. It says, also forgot to mention the only thing we have now that doesn't make us feel totally suffocated by this community is that one sliver of space to the left there, and they want to take that too. Please say no. These townhomes getting approved on every corner without more grocery store and et cetera is overwhelming our community. We don't have the roads, schools, and et cetera. For all these new communities, traffic has already been affected, and it will only get worse with no solution in the near future. Yeah, same person. So, is this from these emails, Zach, is this the community that's across 53rd, correct? And it's the little sliver that this gentleman was just here? Is Ivory doing, so where is this gentleman speaking then? These emails?
Let's clarify. They're talking about the current Ivory development. I don't understand.
In Murray Heights, right?
Yeah, in Murray Heights. I don't know.
Okay,
So when we do public noticing, we have to go a specific
Got
amount.
it.
We have to do a buffer around. And sometimes we will get people that are on that side. And so they may have received a public notice, or they might just follow the city council in general and see, when something is posted onto an agenda. So that's what I would anticipate.
And I know this development very well because this is in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I've heard from several of my residents, and they said this Ivory project wasn't turned out the way that they were hoping it. I mean, when a resident came home from a vacation, they went into their house and a big old light was in the back of their yard, and it felt like, where's our privacy? But then
Right.
Murray City, I have to give credit where credit is due. Murray City came in and they just painted it black, the light, to shield it off, which was great, and they had no more complaints. But they did have a complaint about Comcast coming into their backyard, the fence not being up to par. So there was lots of complaints that Ivory was not taking care of.
Sure, and I understand that, but unfortunately, that doesn't.
I know.
It doesn't really pertain to the application that
I
we're
know,
hearing right now.
I know, I'm just
But
I'm letting these people,
Yeah.
I'm their voice, and
Sure.
I'm voicing their concerns about Ivory.
Yeah, and I
I'm
will.
just letting,
I will state that I think that the planning commission, when working through the subdivision and stuff, worked very, very hard to make sure that all
Yeah.
the people in the neighborhood were that all their concerns were addressed as much as they could possibly address them.
I know,
They
yeah.
don't have those townhomes right up against their backyard, so I guess that's a
That's a
positive,
plus.
right?
But I just had to voice
For sure.
for them.
Understand.
So,
Okay.
I just want to say that I see this as a great opportunity for more transitional housing, things that we've been talking about with this medium density type situation. It seems like a good opportunity in a good area on a major road that will have another access. And I don't know if it's in an RDA area. I don't know how it's not. So it's not in that kind of area. But
it's not an idea.
yeah, so just see it as another good opportunity.
Well, I just want to say thank you to staff. We've discussed this project before. I think this is a really good use of this area. And as we've discussed, getting an access onto a UDOT road is always an incredible adventure. So just commend the fact that that was able to happen. So thank you. Okay, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion that we adopt an ordinance relating to land use that amends the general plan from low-density residential to medium-density residential and amends zoning map from R18 residential single-family to RM15 multifamily medium-density residential for the properties located at 770 and 780 West, 5300 South, and 845 West Clover Meadow Drive.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Ms. Cotter?
I'm still concerned about the development. Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Arakisi?
Aye.
Mr. Rogers?
Aye. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to go to our business items portion of the meeting tonight. And the first one is we're going to consider an ordinance amending section 3.10.110 of the Murray City Municipal Code relating to the procurement code and the rules governing minimal and small purchases. Brooke Smith presenting.
Please, this monitor turns on. Just for, well, this gets signed in. Oh, we better not have to sign in. Okay, except. It's not us. Screen mode. And exit, sorry. Just drag and drop this over. Okay. 2 weeks ago, we met as a committee of the whole to talk about a procurement change, a request for a procurement change. The goal is to improve our efficiencies, leverage buying power, and adapt to market changes while maintaining transparency and competition. Here is a red line version of the proposal that we submitted 2 weeks ago. And I would just like to open it up to the council for questions. And if not, I would like to request they consider the ordinance.
Any questions or comments from the council?
I'll just make a comment. We already went over this and you were very specific and answered all of our questions, and I really appreciate it. So
Thank you.
good job.
Thank you.
Certainly, it was great.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that,
I'll take a motion.
I will make a motion that we adopt an ordinance amending section 3.10.110 of the Murray City Municipal Code relating to the procurement code and the rules governing minimal and small purchases.
I second it.
We've got a motion and a second. Can we, Brooke, will you call the roll?
Ms. Cutter?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Harakisi?
Aye.
Mr. Rogers?
Aye. All right, our second business item is to consider a resolution approving the mayor's appointments to the Salt Lake County Justice Court Nominating Commission. Mayor Hales presenting.
Thank you, Councilmember Rogers. We talked about this in committee of the whole, and I have something that's just a little different, nothing major. But so this is an appointment from me that for the Salt Lake County Justice Court Nominating Commission, and this is to appoint a new judge. But this is a committee that will meet. There are 5 people on the committee. We will have 2 from our city, and I will bring their names to you, and then you will decide if you'll confirm them. If you do, they'll be part of this committee with the county mayor and with the Salt Lake County Bar. And also in my COM meeting, which will, I don't know if they're going to do it this Thursday or not, but Thursday I have a COM meeting. It's a committee of the mayors, and they'll vote for one mayor also to be on that committee. That's where I was a little confused in committee of the whole. I kept thinking, they make a decision on this? And anyway, we will appoint a mayor from Salt Lake County. Also, I also told you it's 5 judges. It says on there 3 to 5. So it may be 3. You know, when someone says 3 to 5, they can do whatever they want. Also, you'll be interesting to hear that We had absolutely no people apply. We have now 29, 29 people that have applied for this position. So we have 29, and it'll probably be a lot more. I don't know when it actually.
Any women?
I have no idea. I would guess 29, good chance.
I would hope.
Yeah. So 29. Is that amazing? So we don't know who, what, where. We just got that number sent to us. So is that crazy?
That's great.
And I think it's worth saying so everyone understands that our current judge is retiring,
Yes,
correct?
at age, you have to retire at age 75, before 75. And so it's called aged out.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Don't try to get me out.
No, and so so we are now beginning the process because he will age out.
That is true. He'll age
next
out
year.
in May, and so
Okay.
that is correct.
Perfect.
Interesting, before I came on board, I had no clue that a judge aged out. That was new to me, so.
All right. Any comments,
No.
questions from the council?
Okay, so now I will, is that okay to
Yeah.
present the names? Okay. So we'll present the name G.L. Critchfield, our city attorney, and Karen Gallegos, who was over our courts, Murray Courts, who works with the judge every day.
All right. Any questions or comments from the council for the mayor?
Nope.
All right, I will take a motion.
I move to approval of the resolution approving the resolution of approving the mayor's appointment to the Salt Lake County Justice Court nominating commission.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Brooke, will you call the roll?
Ms. Cotter?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Orekesi?
Aye.
Mr. Rogers?
Aye.
Thank you.
Hey, Mayor, do you want to give your report from right there?
I'll give you my report. No, I need my phone, so no. Thank you. One of the things I was going to, I mentioned this last time, but within 2 weeks, we will have this parking lot that's on this side that's being redone. That'll be done. So we'll be able to use it. Honestly, I can't tell you what we'll use it for right now, but it's kind of for me, it's a piece knowing that we have some parking for the theater down the road possibly. And so just to be able to have that available is important, very important. And so I just saw it sitting out, when I was looking out the window one day, and I thought, it's nothing. Let's use this, let's stripe this thing. And so they jumped on it, and we've had people using them. You know, you've seen big trucks there that aren't even part of Murray. So they're probably just doing other street things or whatever from county or wherever, but they've used it. So we've moved everyone off, and Russ Kakla said that should be done by next week. That'll be all.
So will they be coming back, the county people, to use the parking lot, or is it going to be?
That's a great question, Pam. I've wondered that too. Yeah, I have, because I mean, honestly, I've thought that a million times, thinking like, well, what are we going to use it for? You know, but we'll designate what it's going to be used for. So we'll make sure that.
Maybe the restaurants across the street?
Oh.
Charge them for rent or the parking?
As long as we get
I'll be the
charged.
parking attendant.
Pam, you're offering a lot of stuff. I love it. All right, and there was, let's see, I had one more thing I was going to bring up to you. Sorry. No, I don't need to bring it up. Phil already brought it up in the meeting about that we're going to be presenting that to you.
And what was the timing? What again on that? You're talking about City Hall, correct?
Yeah, for Old City Hall, that we'll bring that to you. I told you, it's the end of November, 1st of December. So that will be brought to you. And I'm really excited to get this moving. It's a process. You all know, you were part of it. And it's a little frustrating. Poor GL had people say to him, "Can't you pick this up?" And he's looking at you going, "I'm going as fast as I can go." So you want to make sure you have your I's dotted and T's crossed, because seriously, there's a lot. And there's a meeting going on that I'm not even a part of right now, because Diane and I talked about this, but I've been counseled that if I'm in that meeting and I happen to nod my head, yes, that could be a nonverbal commitment. And so I'm not even in that right now. So, interesting, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I have.
Any questions for the mayor?
I don't have a question for the mayor, but I do have a comment, not necessarily towards the mayor, but I realized that when we were going through the nonprofit allocation stuff that I did not mention, that Councilwoman Dominguez and I spoke earlier today, and she was fully supportive of us moving forward with that resolution as well. And so I did want to make sure that I said that publicly in the meeting, because it is important to acknowledge that she was supportive as well.
All right, thank you. With that, we are adjourned.